Hello, welcome to Alliance Academy. My name is Miriam Parker. I'm the Executive Director of the Texas Food and Wine Alliance. I am so excited to have my dear friend and grant recipient, Jackie Letelier of Casero. She is going to be the first female USDA certified charcuterie maker in Texas. Tonight, she's going to be cooking something that is close to her heart and her Chilean roots. Jackie, I'm so happy you're here.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
So what are you making?
We're going to make Porotos Granados, one of my favorite dishes from Chile that we eat during the summertime.
So what does that translate to in English?
Porotos just means beans, and granados means that they have been removed from the pod. That's it.
Simple. Okay,
Yeah,
great.
very
So
easy.
why is this dish in particular special for you?
So I grew up going down there every summer before we actually moved there to stay, and it's something that we would eat in January, which is summertime down there. And it was a dish that I would always request for my birthday, which is in January. It's just such a delicious dish that includes beans and squash and corn, which are just like three things that grow, during summertime. It just reminds me of that saying, what grows together goes together.
For sure. Okay,
So I
cool.
feel like all the components in the dish are amazing, and then we're going to also make a Ensalada Chilena, which is a classic Chilean salad that you'll find in most restaurants down there, but it's always served as a side dish or on top of these beans.
Okay, cool. Well, let's get to it.
Okay, the first thing we're gonna start off with is the olive oil and our diced onion.
How perfectly chopped those are right now.
Oh. This I'm gonna add the paprika and the marjoram and the cumin.
Are these like typical spices that are used in Chilean cooking?
Yes. So they don't really use that much spice. Chile is really known for pretty much using lemon, salt,
So acid.
olive oil.
Yeah.
They have really great produce and seafood, and
So it doesn't really need a whole lot.
right.
Right.
So now that you can smell all these spices,
I'm
I'm
my
gonna
favorite.
add in these 2 cloves of garlic. And right now we're just gonna let this kind of soften.
Okay.
While this is going and we get the onion softened, we can get the Pisco Sour going.
Let's do it.
Okay.
All right. So you're gonna make us a Pisco Sour.
Yes.
How do you do it?
Oh my gosh. Well, first off, Pisco, if you don't know, it's the national drink of Chile and Peru. We drink Pisco Sours before any meal,
Okay.
never after. I learned that whenever I was 18 and old enough to drink in Chile. I went to a bar with my family after dinner and ordered a Pisco Sour, and my Aunt Jimena pulled me aside and said, 2 things you need to know about going to a bar. Never order a Pisco Sour after dinner, and never drink a beer out of a bottle. Always ask for a glass. It's pretty simple ingredients: Pisco, lime juice, simple syrup, egg white, and then you top it off with some bitters. So what we start off doing is a dry shake. I'm just gonna make you one cocktail right now.
Okay, great.
So we are gonna do 2 ounces of Pisco. And a dry shake basically means that we're gonna start off shaking it without any ice.
And what kind of Pisco do you usually use?
I like to buy Chilean Piscos because that's what I'm used to. A lot of the Chilean Piscos are actually aged in oak barrels, so you'll see a little bit of a darker color.
Okay.
In Peru, it's prohibited to age in barrels, so they're aged in steel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
cool.
they have a lighter color to them. There's a little bit of a flavor difference. I think that they're both equally wonderful, and they both make wonderful Pisco Sours. So I have the 2 ounces of Pisco in here.
Okay, great.
Now I'm gonna do 3/4 an ounce of lime juice. And I'm going to do about a teaspoon of egg white.
It's like a little bit of protein, that's good.
Yeah. And then simple syrup,
Okay, great.
also 3/4 an ounce. So now I'm gonna do the dry shake real quick. So now we're trying to create the froth with the egg white before we add in the ice.
That's what I've always seen with Pisco Sours at bars, is that they have like that thin layer of froth that's on top of it.
Yeah.
So you know
So
it's really
delicious.
good, yeah.
Okay, so now I'm gonna add in like 3 or 4 ice cubes is great.
Okay.
So I have some glasses chilling in the freezer. And I'm gonna double strain this. Okay. Alright. Now I'm just gonna add about 3 to 4 drops of bitters. Okay.
Thank
There
you.
you go.
So
Pisco
excited.
Sour.
Oh yeah, that's delicious. That's delicious. I could get in a lot of trouble.
So now that these onions look good and it looks like you're enjoying your Pisco Sour,
Delicious.
we are going to add in our beans. So let's talk about these beans real quick.
Okay.
These are cranberry beans. Normally in Chile we eat these fresh.
Okay. If you couldn't find cranberry beans, are there other beans you can use
Yes.
for substitution?
For sure. I mean, I would recommend, I've done this with cannellini beans before.
Okay. Which they look very similar.
Very
so,
similar.
Yeah.
Yeah, very similar. So you can use cannellini beans, no problem. Fresh beans will always be different than dried
Of
or
course, yeah.
but this is still like, this is gonna work out wonderful. So I'm gonna dump all these beans in. So these have been pre-soaked and parboiled.
Albert, okay.
Yeah. So they're just gonna go in. We have a pound of butternut squash.
Oh, that's great, yeah.
So now I'm gonna add in 3 ears of corn that have been pureed with a handful of basil. It's gonna make this so creamy and a little bit sweet. It's honestly like one of my favorite parts of this dish. And then lastly, we're gonna add in 1 quart of vegetable stock.
Okay.
As you can see so far, this dish is vegan, but of course, you'll have the option to add on the sausage.
Which I am excited about.
Me too.
Are there other proteins that people like to use with this dish, or is it usually just sausage?
Usually just sausage, or yeah, just any type of sausage. In Chile, we eat a lot of like blood sausage or any type of pork sausage. Really.
Okay, cool.
So I'm gonna bring this up to a boil,
Okay.
and then we'll bring it down to a simmer, and this is just going to be going for about 45 minutes to an hour.
So we can have like a couple of Pisco Sours then, you're saying? Okay.
Definitely.
Perfect, okay.
Definitely. So we're gonna make an ensalada chilena.
I'm so excited, this looks so good.
We have a bunch of really delicious heirloom tomatoes here.
So beautiful.
Some cherry tomatoes. We have some sliced white onion. And then we have the closest thing that I can find here to ají chileno are Hungarian peppers. So you find them in green or red. So that's what we're gonna use today.
Okay.
I'm gonna make this a little bit different, just a tad different than how they do it in Chile. And I'm gonna make the dressing first in the bowl.
Okay.
And I'm gonna toss in the onion.
Okay.
And let it kind of sit in the vinegar and oil.
Marinate it.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then we can cut the tomatoes. Does that sound good?
Sounds great.
Okay. So we're using red wine vinegar, olive oil, black pepper, and some salt.
It's gonna be really good with the onions. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
So I'm just gonna dump the onions in
Okay.
and just let them hang out in there while we do the tomatoes. The big ones I'm gonna try to make slices,
Okay.
just simply like this.
Yeah, I just love tomato season.
Me too.
Heirloom tomatoes are the best.
Yes. And then I'll just lay them down.
So essentially, is it like just like tomatoes and like basil and onion, or like?
Yeah, it's like the most simple salad, and I like eating this actually during the summer with any grilled meat. I like to grill a lot, so other times I'll just make this salad and I'll grill some corn and then toss the corn on top as well.
Oh, yeah, that's
Just
awesome.
another idea.
I love these zebra tomatoes so much. Oh, so beautiful.
Delicious. So then these guys, I'm gonna kind of quarter.
Beautiful.
And then the cherries, I'll just cut them in half. Kind of arrange them all around. Okay. Thank you for that.
Yeah,
so
of course.
these, I am just going to grab my other knife and we'll just do a chiffonade. So I'm just gonna roll all of the leaves up like this.
This is such a good trick.
Yeah, and just like run your knife across.
Makes it so easy.
Yeah, and then you have like these
Like
really
little
pretty ribbons.
Yeah, so pretty. Okay.
So this is gonna go on almost last.
Okay.
So now our onions have been like hanging out in this. We'll just put that on top. Now I'm gonna go with these peppers.
Okay. What are the flavor of? I don't think I've ever had a Hungarian pepper before.
So honestly, it's like a little bit spicier than a bell pepper.
Okay, like a red bell pepper. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
It's like not that spicy.
So you'll eat this separately, but then you can also put this on top of the dish. too.
Yes.
Okay.
So a lot of people eat it separately, but honestly, I just really love having the cold tomato, the acidity, and the onion on top of like the really hot, stewy thing, especially during summer. So now that this is coming to a simmer, I'm gonna add our salt.
But you don't want to add too much salt because of the sausage, or do you want to?
Well, the vegetable broth already has like a good amount of salt in it.
Okay.
And yeah, the sausage has a lot of salt already, and our Ensalada Chilena is gonna have a really nice balance of salt.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's not a lot. And then some pepper.
Smells amazing.
Okay, so the beans have gotten to a consistency that I like. They're very creamy.
Yeah.
A lot of the liquid has reduced. So that means I'm just gonna turn this off and let it sit for a second. And while that's happening, I'm going to put this sausage over here in the pan and some mushrooms as well if you're going vegetarian. If you're into grilling, this is a moment to get some just natural smokiness. If you have a grill and you like grilling, go for it and grill it. If not, just like warm it up in a pan like I'm gonna do right now. I just put a couple of tablespoons of oil in each one of these pans. So we're just gonna warm this right now.
Okay, great.
Just gonna throw these all over here and dump all these mushrooms into this bowl. Another mushroom that I love are oyster mushrooms.
Yeah.
I just love their consistency and they're so good on the grill. We do those a lot in Chile on our farm. We have a mushroom farm like right next door.
Oh, how nice.
So good. They grow like some of the best mushrooms. So that's something that we grill quite often. And then with Porotos Granados, we pretty much always grill sausage. And normally it's a pork sausage, longaniza, which has like a lot of paprika, oregano, and garlic in it.
So how long do you typically cook? Like how long would you like grill it or cook these for?
So these have already been pre-grilled.
Yeah.
So really, I'm just going to warm them, probably like a couple of minutes, maybe a minute or so per side.
Sure.
And the mushrooms as well. The cool thing about the Porotos Granados, I haven't mentioned, but it's one of the oldest dishes that exists in Chile. It actually is pre-Hispanic times, so these are all ingredients that have been found in Chile forever.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. It's like, this dish is actually way older than Pisco Sour.
Oh, wow. Okay, well. That's amazing. So like, yeah, so it's literally just like what's indigenous to Chile. Okay,
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yeah, a lot of times in Chile, this will actually be like, there will just be a bunch of grilled sausage in the middle of the table and you'll just grab it and throw it on your plate or in the bowl, and just you're kind of cutting it in the bowl.
Oh, okay.
With the beans, it's kind of cool. But
so all the juices kind of get into the
they get into the beans.
That's great. That sounds delicious.
And I love how you still have like the big chunks of the squash.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, I love how you can smell the cumin and you can smell the...
It looks comforting too.
Yeah.
Like I know this is like a summer dish, but this is very reminiscent of like a dish you would have in fall or winter.
Yes, totally. I'm gonna put some of the sausage on one.
Okay.
Just let that hang out.
Yeah. Right.
And then I'll put some of these mushrooms over here on this other one.
The veggie version, okay.
Yeah.
So good.
And then it's totally up to you, but I normally like putting my salad right directly on here. Mainly, I think you would probably just put the salad right here on the side.
Okay. I love the idea of like the acidity with like the fattiness.
So good.
Oh man. But then you sometimes say that you also put it on the dish too?
So what if I just put this right on top of this mushroom one?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I like plating it, and I'm just gonna use my hands.
Yeah. The color, it's beautiful.
I really just love having that cold
Yeah, that's great.
contrast with the really hot too.
Oh my gosh, this looks so good.
And
Wow.
that's it.
Well, this looks great. I'm ready to eat.
Let's do it.
So maybe a little bit of this. So maybe a little bit of this. Oh my gosh, this is like a crazy bite. Oh gosh,
You can do it.
I'm just so excited. I'm so hungry. It smells so good. Oh gosh, okay. Oh my gosh, so good. So good. So as a reminder for like winter time, like what kind of things could you substitute?
You can always just get a bag of frozen corn
Okay.
and use that instead of, the fresh corn.
Okay.
Beans, sometimes I found in the grocery store, you can find frozen beans too.
Yeah.
Or you can just, these are dried, so you can use dried beans.
just soak them.
Yeah.
They're so good. So
Thank
good.
you.
Yeah.
It was so fun cooking with you.
I know, it was really fun cooking. Well, that's it for tonight. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Well, to keep up with Jackie and all that she's got cooking, please visit CaseroAustin.com. Thank you to our sponsors for supporting the first season of Alliance Academy. Thank you to Assembly Kitchen for putting everything together to make cooking tonight super easy. And to learn more about what we got going on at Alliance Academy and to support makers like Jackie, please visit TexasFoodAndWineAlliance.org. Good night.